Hi, you'll have to excuse my voice, I'm losing it. This is our first lecture that we have this week. It's on how angles are related. We're going to talk about specifically supplementary and complementary angles. So, we're talking about angles can be named based on characteristics. And the good thing, can't even spell, there we go. The good thing is that this stuff should be kind of a review. An acute angle is an angle that measures between 0 and 90 degrees. An obtuse angle measures between 90 and 180 degrees. And 0 degrees, of course, will be just one ray. Hasn't been opened any at all. And 90 degrees is straight up and down. Compared to that, it's a right angle. So an acute angle would be anywhere in between that. So there's an example. 90 is perpendicular to that line there, and 180 would be the same direction the other way. So anywhere between those two is obtuse. Right angles are specifically exactly 90 degrees. And usually you'll see them drawn with this little box in the corner. A straight angle, or just a line, is exactly 180 degrees. And that's how far it is. They've got you an example of protractor and say find the measure of several angles here and how they're related. So the first angle is angle AFC. Angles are named sometimes just by one letter, but when multiple angles come into a vertex or point together, then there's usually 3 letters, so you can tell, which of these angles you're talking about. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 angles, 5, 6, 7, 8 altogether, 9, 10, maybe 10 different angles you can name here. That's cool. Specifically AFC, you look for the A, you look for the F, and you look for the C. So AFC is this angle from here to here. To read a protractor, it's kind of like reading a ruler. You line up where you're starting with a 0, and the 0's on the outside in this case, because this line lines up with 0 over here. And then what you do is you read along out until where you get to where you need to be. 100 degrees, that's where that one is. If you ever forget which reading to use, look at the shape of your angle. 90 degrees is straight in the middle. Doesn't matter what direction you measure it from. It's 90 degrees that way or from the other side coming up. But an obtuse angle is a little bit wider open than 90 degrees. And an acute angle would be a little bit less open than 90 degrees. So I've got an obtuse angle. It is a little wider than 90 degrees, so I wouldn't go with 80. I would go with 100. Now I want to know the measure of angle CFE. Angle CFE, there's C, F, E, and so that's this angle on the other side here. And if I hadn't just measured this one, I would say, okay, this guy lines up with 0 already, so let's use the inside measures. Go all the way up here. To the 80. Okay? 80 degrees. What it wants you to say about how they're related is, if I add them up, I get 180. Now on the answer key, it even uses the word supplementary. And so that's a vocab word. You can have 2 supplementary angles if they add up to 180 degrees, and that's part of the fill in the blanks down below. All right, let's look at 2 more angles. What's the measure of angle BFC? So BFC, there's B, there's F, there's C. If I had a plastic protractor, which I don't have out right now, but if I had one, what I would do is I would take it and I would rotate it so that a 0 lined up with one of the two rays that's part of my angle. And then all I'd have to do is just read it. But since it's not here, all I have is this one that's drawn on for me. I'm going to have to be a little more creative. So we've already got the measure of angle AFC. That's 100 degrees. That's that whole angle. We're just looking for this piece here. So I'm just going to have to take away this piece here to find out how far apart or how wide it is from there to there, how much has been opened up from there to there. If I look at angle AFB, 0, 40, that's angle AFB. This is 40 degrees up to here. How much more do I need to get from 40 to 100? You can subtract. 100 minus 40 is 60. Then they want angle DFE. DFE. Oh good, one of my rays lines up with that 0, so I can just read on that side. And it opens up to 30 degrees. So if I add them together, 60 plus 30 adds up to 90 degrees. If I were to cut those out or fold my paper, I could slide them together and you can see it makes pretty much a rectangle edge, a rectangular corner. It's a right angle, it's a 90-degree angle if I add them together. This is called being complementary. And again, that's what they want you to fill in down here. Okay. They don't have to be next to each other or adjacent to each other in order to be complementary or supplementary. That's just a definition saying that the two angles add up to either 90 or 180. The other thing is you can have multiple angles that add up to 180 degrees. Like if I looked at angle AFB and angle BFC, angle CFD and angle DFE, if you see how they're all lined up together, they're all adjacent to each other one after the other, and along the outside edge of it is a straight line. So they're not necessarily supplementary, that's only if there's two angles. But they do add up to 180 based on the picture. If I had to solve for one and I knew some of the other measurements, I could probably figure out the fourth measurement. That's enough for one video.